Hi everyone, it's me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alanna and I'm Canadian, but I've lived in the UK for the last 6 years. Sorry, 7 years. I just got a food delivery. You may not be able to tell. This is a fridge. I just got a food delivery this morning and I thought, you know what? Let's talk about British food. And yes, I have just rolled out of bed. Thank you for asking. So without further ado, let's go. Alrighty, so here's the fridge. Not that big, is it? Any of my Canadians watching, Americans? This is it, my guys. This is all we got to work with. I will just say real quick, I am doing a food-related cooking type video coming up on YouTube, and then I'm going to put bonus stuff on Patreon. So we are going to just ignore some stuff in here because I don't want to spoil what that video is. If you want to get more content and support me directly, join me on Patreon. Okay, where do we even begin? Does anyone like a head of lettuce? Alright, well, what's this? Oh, fancy. We got a beef lasagna. Is there anything nicer than a lasagna on a cold winter day? No. Why did we get one this big? There's only 2 people that live here. How about cheese? I should have bought more, but I forgot to add it when we were doing the order. Let's get real here. Some of the best cheese in the world comes from the UK, and nobody knows about it. I feel like France gets all the attention when it comes to cheese. No. Come to the UK. The UK has some of the best cheese I've ever had. You can get it just about everywhere. It's reasonably priced. It's accessible. It's delicious. All right? I love British cheese. I think it's absolutely fabulous and I could just eat it every day, which is an issue for another day. We also, oh my God, we also got a bunch of chicken. This isn't exciting, but just a little bit of a rant. Prices. So this much chicken, I don't remember exactly, per thing, okay, per, what do you call this? Per chicken, this is why I shouldn't film so early in the morning. Each one of these things cost this much. I'm gonna have to check because I don't remember. That's how much the chicken typically costs in the UK. Now, I know for my mom, when she goes to Walmart, which is, I think, the cheapest supermarket you could go to in Canada, this is how much she pays for a similar amount of chicken. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot more. If I realize while I'm editing this that is actually not true, how awkward. What else do we have? Oh, does anyone want a half-used Tesco's mango chutney? I'm not sure when I open this. It's probably still good, right? It's fine, I'm sure. Oh, you can't see because we have a giant pile of stuff, like drinks and stuff down here that don't fit in the fridge. We got some squash. Does anyone want some squash? In North America, typically what you do is you get a can of frozen juice concentrate and you pour it into a big jug, you mix it with water, and you have the jug in the fridge. Now, what I have found is the fridges aren't very big here. And you can't really dedicate a lot of space to a giant jug of juice. So instead we have squash. I love squash, which is why we have so many of them. And all you do is you put a little bit in a cup and you fill it up with water. Now it's kind of more annoying this way because it's not very cold. Where you have it in the fridge in Canada, it's like always cold. Not very cold, and also sometimes I mess up and I don't put enough or I put too much. Just having a little rant this morning. Anyway, we got loads of squash. Anyone know why it's called squash and not juice? Leave a comment down below. Is there a video there? I don't know. Just because I'm feeling generous, this is a pile of stuff on the ground, okay? This is how I live, all right? Don't tell anyone. Come on in, come a bit closer. We can do whatever we want. I can see we've got some venison burgers. Ooh, I love a venison burger. All right, that's I mean, I love any kind of burger. There's something about venison that's just really nice. Is there anything else that's kind of jumping out at you guys that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she drinks Fanta Zero? Yeah, I know. Living in the fast lane. Some of this stuff we're gonna ignore because it's part of a video. We have a whole bunch of veg down here that may or may not be eaten before it goes rotten. Only time will tell. Oh, you know what? How British. I have Nando's, what is this? Peronese. So it's the peri peri mayonnaise. This is great, by the way. Not sponsored. Can you imagine if Nando's sponsored a video? This is great. I mean, you can see it's almost gone. I like to put it on burgers, actually. So you get a little bit of peri peri, but you also get a little bit of mayo. It's delicious. And to be honest, I probably should throw this out because I think it is actually quite old. Whoopsies! Anything else tickle your fancy while we're in here? This little reflective guy. This is one of those green Thai curry paste little tubs. It's from that brand that's really popular. I only needed like a tablespoon, so it's been sitting in the fridge and I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to waste it. So it just lives in the shelf or like in the door, you know. I'm doing my bit for the environment by not throwing it out until it's rotten. Oh, you know what? I did a video recently where I was ranking British takeaways and I had this huge big rant about chicken wings in this country and everyone's like, how do you do your chicken wings? I'll give you a hot tip right now. Can you see this? In Kona, West Indian original hot pepper sauce. Wickedly hot and spicy. This is the key, okay? This is so good. And maybe we'll do wings someday, or maybe I'll throw that up on Patreon. I don't know. This is the ticket right here. So if you ever see this, go ahead and get it. Anywho, is there anything that's fun in there? Is food fun? All this, okay, hold on. Let me put this all back in the fridge. We're gonna go to the cupboards. Okay, so moving right. Oh, you can see my reflection. That's so cringe. Don't look. Over here we have this. What would you call this? The spice rack. Technically there are spices. The pantry, maybe. The cupboard, the cabinet, whatever word you like. Here it is. Let me move you over here. Hello. Is that all right? Oh no, now you can see our piles of squash and the like. Where'd my coffee? Oh, never mind. Anyway, here's this, whatever you call it. I recently cleaned it. Really? Yeah, I know. I can do it all. So what do we have here? Well, we have an unbelievable amount of spices. Or maybe not. Is this not a lot? I don't know. I will say we use an awful lot of Kashmiri chili powder. Any Kashmiri fans out there? Wow. Where has it been all my life? Absolutely fabulous. We also have a couple of things for baking. I used to do like cooking and baking stuff on YouTube. Those videos were like not very popular. So I usually put them on Patreon instead. So we got an assortment of baking stuff. You know, why not? Just in case. How about some Worcestershire sauce. Oh, how about some more Tesco mango chutney? I need to stop buying that. We also have some black treacle. So this was something that was very new to me as a foreigner. I will say, love the packaging. I love how historical. You know, this is like a piece of history and it's in my pantry. Is it tasty? Not on its own. Have you ever tried this on its own? Don't. I did. Just for the fun of it. Don't do it. Oh, here we go. Can we talk about English mustard? There's a light directly over my head. This is probably not the nicest spot to stand. Does it look better? The lighting in here, you know, all right. My landlord didn't build this kitchen for filming. They built it as a kitchen. Let's talk about English mustard. English mustard, I don't know how to explain it other than it's The only thing that's kind of similar, and maybe you guys can leave a comment down below, how would you describe it to a foreigner? It is so spicy and it's so strong. It kind of reminds me of horseradish, which I can never say that either. Horseradish, of that really spicy, it goes up your nose if you have too much. This is not American mustard. Any Americans watching, taste this at your own risk. I do think you should taste it because it is delicious and that's why we have it. Me personally, do you know what I love a little bit of English mustard? Christmas Day. Yes, Christmas Day. You come downstairs in your pajamas. You have some hot sausage rolls with a bit of English mustard. That is now part of my Christmas routine. If anybody says I'm not British enough and to go back to where I came from, shut up, all right? I feel like my sausage roll, English mustard Christmas tradition at least owes me a spot in this country, all right? If someone could go tell the Home Office, I'd be really grateful. Now, we normally have a korma. I think we ate our last one. I love a korma. I know I get teased like korma is the baby of all the curries. I think it's fabulous. And you throw a little bit of Kashmiri in the mix, delicious, but we've already eaten it, no worries. We got some more Nando's Peri Peri Hot. I did a wing challenge. I live stream on Twitch, by the way, and I did like a hot wings challenge, and they got hotter and hotter, and we used one of these. As you can see, we didn't use much. It's pretty hot, isn't it? So I've kept it just in case. Okay, before we move on, just a quick shout out to Biscoff Spread. Wow. This stuff is good. Not sponsored, I wish it was. Biscoff Spread. It'll change your life. For the worse, unfortunately. We buy this all the time now. Let's move on to another cupboard or... Sounded like something got stuck down there. Let's just move on to another cupboard, shall we? Is this interesting? I hope so. Next up, I humbly request that we talk about tea. Yes, while I'm drinking a coffee. I know, I'm working on it. Now, throughout my 7 years in this wonderful place, 7 years, I know, feels like yesterday. Not really, but also sometimes. I personally love to try new foods and new drinks. I don't even need an excuse. And throughout my time here, I have tried a lot of British food, British drinks, British tea. So unfortunately, I had to pare down my tea selection because it was overflowing the cupboard. I had so much. I do have a tea tasting video on my channel where among the biggest tea brands here in the UK, Yorkshire, #1. I have to say it that way, I'm so sorry. However, in recent months, maybe in the last year, I have started experimenting with loose leaf tea. Yes, I know, how posh. So we have this, can you see this tiny little teapot? Look how cute it is. We've been experimenting with some loose leaf. Huge shout out to viewer Jamie, who sent me some really cool loose leaf stuff around October, I think it was, from Lancashire. I have a P.O. box on Patreon, another Patreon shout out, I'm so sorry. Jamie, thank you so much. Anyway, trying some loose leaf tea from Lancashire, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. I don't know, there's something about like brewing tea and then like having it, I don't know, I was like really enjoying the experience and they tasted absolutely incredible. So then I went out to a tea house recently and I had their black tea, but it was infused with vanilla and it was kind of like a life-changing experience. So here I am. I'm a loose leaf tea lady now. So while I don't fully understand the complexities of brewing loose leaf tea, I am all for it. So if you have a favorite loose leaf, please let me know because I will try it. Maybe I do a loose leaf tea video sometime. If you like that, let me know in the comments. Anyway, I've just been a changed person. I do love like your classic, your Yorkshire, yeah? Your Yorkshire. I love it. Sorry about that. It kind of leads me wanting, do you know what I mean? And then the loose leaf stuff comes around and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much tea out there that I haven't tried. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Thank you for listening. Now I gotta put all this stuff away. Hello, welcome to this corner of the kitchen. I am now not under a spotlight. You can't see it. Down here we have the snack drawer, and I'd love to show you what's inside. So I may or may not have a problem. We have been going on the Max Strong Walker's Crisp binge lately, and I can't stop. In particular, in my humble opinion, the best one, guess what, is the hot chicken wings. You want to have some of those? Can you see it? They're real good. Not sponsored. If anybody at Walker's is listening, help me. Anyway, they're all good if you're looking for a new crisp. However, I see down here, I have one bag left. Hold on. Any longtime viewers of my channel, first off, thank you so much. Thank you for being a friend on the internet over so many years. I really do appreciate it. These have a very special place in my own personal lore. I remember taste testing these on one of my first YouTube videos ever. These are just the humble McCoy's salt and malt vinegar. And honestly, this was one of the first things that catapulted my taste test interest, my taste test obsession with trying new foods here in the UK. This was it. And I still love them. No, they are not the best salt and vinegar. Tesco's finest Ridge Cut actually are. Shout out. Anyone at Tesco, are you listening? Why are they never in the store anymore? Every time I go to Tesco, they're always sold out. I can never get them. Anyway, these are still really good, and they're actually quite nostalgic, which is like a weird concept. As an expat, I had no personal history in the UK, right? I'm like a new entity in this place. But now that I've been here for 7 years, I'm actually developing nostalgia for British things, which is so weird, and it only really comes with time, obviously, but they're very close to my heart. So if you remember me talking about this like 6 years ago, thanks for sticking around. Now, stuff in the snack drawer doesn't normally last that long because I love to snack, but I do see some popcorn now. Are you a sweet, a salty, or a mixed? I'm a mixed. Butter-kissed, sweet and salty mixed. My humble opinion, this is the best one. I've tried almost all of them, really. This is the best one. Delicious. And actually, this is something that I didn't have in Canada. When you go to the cinema, when you go to the movie theater, when you go to the movie theater in Canada, the popcorn was just popcorn, and they would ask, would you like extra butter or no? You say no, because the butter that they would add was like liquid butter, and then the popcorn would get all squishy and melt, and it was disgusting. But the popcorn itself was super buttery. It was like bright yellow, and it was salty. That was the popcorn in Canada. I don't know if it's changed since I've been gone, but that was it. This whole like sweet and salty business didn't happen. So on one hand, I do miss, like any Canadians watching, Cineplex. Their bright yellow buttery popcorn. I miss that. But here, I'm a sweet and salty kind of lady. And then of course, we have some fruit on the counter. Nobody cares about fruit, but it's probably good for you. So make sure to eat your fruit and vegetables. Anywho, I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for joining me in this fine English morning. It is actually sunny out. Can you believe it? I know. If you would like to watch more videos, which would be totally awesome, why not check out my takeaway video? I had a lot of fun filming it, so I hope you like it. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye! Now I gotta put everything away.